Hello out there, everybody. It's been a minute. Louis the Alcoholic back with one more episode of me and my shenanigans. Well, I had a hard time trying to figure out what I was going to talk about today because I have so much to talk about because I haven't been here, such a while. And somebody asked me a couple of questions the other day, and he says, "Who are you? And where have you been? And what can you do? And where are you going?" And I think that first one kind of woke me up amongst all of them. Who am I? Who am I? That was a real serious question I had to ask myself when I sat in my room the other day, all by myself. I said, "Louis, who are you?" And I thought back on the things that happened in my life and what's going on now. And I have created, meaning this alcoholism has created a monster. I mean, when I sat back, because right now I watch myself at doing the shows. I never watched them before, and I see a side of me that I talk about, but I actually saw it when I see it, and I'm like, wow. So I think about the kid I used to be back a long time ago. But that being said, today I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna own all this shit. I like to say, it was your fault. It was your fault. Oh, it was your fault. And no. I'm gonna talk about my fault. All of this shit, all of it's my fault. Any kind of way it goes, any kind of way the cosmos spin, it's my fault. So I have to accept that. Today I'm accepting that. When I was 5 years old, I was told what my destiny probably would be. And what happened was we went to a kindergarten class and the teacher had us take this piece of paper and we would take a paintbrush and whatever we thought in our mind, we would write it down on this piece of paper. And I wrote down, I was crazy about trains, Lionel trains, locomotives and Santa Fe rails and all that. So I drew this big giant train on the board. And I was trying to sit there and figure, what can I put in here? I put S on one side, I put an S on the other side, and I put an O in the middle. So I remember when the teacher was walking around, talking about what all the kids and what they meant. She said, "Hold on." She stopped the whole class when she saw mine. I said, "Oh shit," I'm looking around. She says, "Okay, class, look at what Donald, look what he wrote. Can anybody tell me what he wrote?" SOS, what it was. One kid said, "He need help." The other kid said, "He's gonna be a soul saver." Right there, it was a choice for me to take either road. Of course, I took the wrong one, the negative one. I need help. So from that day on, I always thought I needed help. I never did have the balls enough to ask for it, but I always did. I always needed it. And through the turmoil in my life, the drugs and alcohol, I'm gonna talk about how dark it is. See, when you say it's dark, for you people, when it gets dark, the lights go out. When it gets dark, the moon is shining and there's no light. But with us, with an alcoholic, with a drug addict, we invented a whole nother shade of black. Our black is so black, it's so dark. Try to figure out. I see everybody in life. I see life is revolving. Everything is going around and around and around. And I see all this stuff happening. And everybody's like the whole world is moving forward. And see, with an alcoholic, some people move forward, some people stay one still, and some people move backwards. With an alcoholic, we don't know where the hell we be going. So that's one thought in itself that makes you wonder about yourself. But as I got asked that question, who am I? This is what I came up with. I'm a liar, I'm a cheat, and I'm a thief. I'm a manipulator. All I know how to do is lie. Everything in my subconscious, whatever conscious mind is all negative. But try to have that, to accept that within yourself and try to make a life out of it. Try to exist in a world to me, to an alcoholic, the whole world is confusing. It's degrading, it's humiliating, and all these kind of things. And I figured out how to survive through that, how to manipulate the system to get into that some kind of way. So I was thinking, well, why can't I let go of this anger, frustration, and bewilderment? And why do I have to suffer like I do? I just suffer and suffer and suffer. And inside of me, Some people say they say pressure can bust a pipe. Well, the pressure with me in my alcoholism is so, I don't know what the word is, but it's oppressing, and it holds me down. So every time, for example, every time I relapse, when I first went to my first rehab, I was about 22 years old. And the first time I relapsed, from that time on until now, I like to tell y'all, I got a little time sober, I'm doing better. Nah, same old bullshit, same old bullshit, same old shit, just a different song. So I've got to the point where I'm just gonna start getting honest about it, you know. And I don't think that there's no help for me. Matter of fact, me and my subconscious mind knows that there ain't no help for me. But even in all my darkness, we now call it all of my darkness. See, let me rewind. When I'm sober, if I'm sober for a day or half a day, or whatever, my mind can kind of put things together. But when let me take one fucking drink. If I take one fucking drink, then the person sitting over here that look like a woman or a man, I don't know, when they want to take a drink or hit, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do what I do anyway. On the other side, if this person over here is doing me wrong, or if this person is being good to me, am I gonna fuck them over? You know, I saw my grandmother cry when I went into her purse. And I took some money from my grandmother. I think that's the first time I really realized that how powerless is what I'm getting is how powerless I am. Because I saw her, and I still remember her that day, on this day, it was around Easter time, and I remember her calling my dad and saying, your son has a real bad problem. I like to tell you guys, most of the time I like to blame it on dad. No, it wasn't dad, because nobody, I don't like to tell people that I saw my dad cry. Then when I took my grandmother's money, and he came over to my grandmother's house, and he sat beside me on the bed, and he cried. I saw my daddy, my father broke down. I'd never seen my father that. I mean, he just broke down and cried. He says, my fault. And I feel so shitty because I feel like, yeah, motherfucker, it is your goddamn fault. But at the same time, I'm thinking, you know, I gotta take some responsibility because he ain't put no pipe in my hand. He ain't put no alcohol bottle in my hand. I did. Me, going through this disgusting life of mine, you know? I was to the point where, this is the trip thing about me, because I wanted to die, man. I just wanted to die. I mean, I wanted to die. I hated living, I hated being here. And, but where I'm going with this, when I came here, sat down in this chair, I guess it was about 4 or 5 years ago, somebody told me to come in here and lie about something that happened to me. So my indication, I was gonna come in here and lie about every fucking thing. I'm a good liar anyway. That's all I do is I can lie to a damn note, especially when I'm drinking, want to hear it. Shit. I came in here, excuse me, and I talked about that time when I was molested. I think that time and the time about my daughter getting took from me, those are two things that really were really causing me a lot of pain, and they still do to this day. But once I started to talk about that, when I sat right here and started to talk about that, this is where I started to release the pressure. So the pressure was still there, the pressure was still on, and to one side it was getting worse, but it was getting better because I was releasing that pressure, you know. So then I came to a point where I felt a little better, but I still didn't add up. So where I'm going with this is, and find out who I am if I want to answer the question. I'm the drug addict and alcoholic and all these other bad things. But there's another side of me too. I never talk about him either. But this guy, he's quiet. He don't say too much. He don't mind helping people. And he's like a pushover, a pussy, a punk motherfucker. He's just push him over. I don't like to talk about him. I like to talk about the worst of the worst of the worst. So going back to where it's dark. I've walked down some streets and I've seen the devil behind me. And the devil said, man, where the hell are you going? I ain't going down that motherfucker. I've sat in some places. I've sat in some crack houses. I've sat in a crack house one time. Here was the lady over here. She was 22. There was a 12-year-old daughter on that side. And I'm trying to figure out how I can fuck both of them. And I did it, both of them, on the influence of the alcohol. Here God, I took all my money, man, all the money that I made, everything I've ever done. I was sitting there trying to figure out how much money I spent, maybe over $1 million or whatever, spending on drugs and alcohol, you know, and how I made it this far. But that's all I've been doing. That's all I've ever done is spend all my money all my money. All my money. So I give all my money to this entity. Some people call it the white girl. You know, the white girl. She's this tall. She's got big chest like that. She got big legs like that. She got a big old wad like that in between her legs, and she can get busy when she want to get busy. Bitch don't even exist. You can't see her. But I have to admit, glass in hand and pipe in hand. I'm done. I'm whooped. I can't fight anymore. I can't worry about, am I going to be an addict anymore? I can't worry about, am I going to fuck somebody over anymore? Whatever. It's like I'm up in the air. It's like whatever happens, happens. You know, whatever happens, happens. If I get killed, there's a guy after me, and if he sees me one day, he's going to kill me. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's going to kill me. And I used to worry about him all the time when he'd walk up on me and see me. I don't even give a shit no more. If he walk up, let him walk up. If he run up, let him run up. You know. So the worry about the I remember my mother would always tell me, she said, don't ever wait till it's too late till you feel like, you know, it's nothing I can do about it because of my age. But that's where I'm at right now. I'm like, well, man, I just turned 60 years old, you know, and when I turned 60 years old, my family, somebody in my family, there was one person in my family that heard me do one of my shows. And they kind of felt for me, they had empathy for me. So he gave me this car. And I really didn't want it, but I said, well, I'll take the car. I ain't got no job to drive the thing. And most of the time the car is just sitting still. So right about the time where I started bragging and getting big-headed about it, was on the 13th of, no, on the 11th of March. My birthday was on the 7th. It was on the 11th of March. I walked in the house, I have a problem losing my keys. I've lost 3 or 4 sets of keys to my apartment and everything. So I went to bed that night and I got up at about 4 o'clock in the morning and I said, where the hell are my damn keys? My keys? Oh shit, I must have left them in the car. I run downstairs, ain't no car down there, ain't got no keys, no car. And I'm sitting there, I'm walking around. I'm walking around downtown. I'll never forget, I'm thinking about that guy in the Twilight Zone when there was nobody there but him. That's how it felt. It felt like, as big as this downtown is, I didn't see nobody. And I had a little something in my hand. I had some heat in my pocket. And I'm walking around with this heat. And I don't know what I was gonna do, but I was thinking, the first motherfucker I see that look like he got in my car, I'm gonna blow his motherfucking hell. I was there. I mean, a lot of times I talk shit. And I'm not gonna ever, people know me, I'm just talking a whole bunch of shit. But this chick night, I was gonna fuck somebody up. Mm-hmm. And so I went over to the police station and they said, I walked into the police station with the heat in my damn pocket. I didn't give a shit. I walked in and I said, hey, somebody stole my fucking car. I want to wear my fucking car. I had a bottle of liquor over here. I got a bottle of easy brandy over here. And I got the pistol over here. And they said, hold on, sit down. You sit down right there. Well, they had me sit down. They calmed me down, gave me a glass of water and everything. So the thing is, they don't care about us. They don't care. So I told the guy, I said, it had to be somebody in my building because if it's always somebody in front of my building sitting down. But this particular night, they knew exactly when, pull that key out of my door, walk down those stairs, and how to drive off with that car where nobody could see him. I said, this motherfucker had to know me. Shh. We still haven't caught him with him. So I tell the security at the place, I say, hey man, somebody stole my fucking car. What the fuck am I doing? Well, the police have to come over here, the detectives have to come over here and do such. I go back to the police station. I said, you better hope you find this motherfucker before I do, because if you don't, it's gonna be, next thing I know, cling. I am one more time in the goddamn echo. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, as if I don't have a damn thing in life. I don't have no hope, I don't got no teeth. I ain't got nothing in life. My deodorant I use on one side because I gotta save it the whole week because I can't use both because I gotta save one day. So now they took my little card, my little debit card that I had my food stamps on. That was all my food stamps. All of it was gone. About the other day, they called a friend of mine and said, well, hey, tell Mr. Banks we got his car. Okay, so the last time I went to pick it up and I didn't have any money. And I'm bullshitting the guy. So I stood outside the yard And I actually talked my way into getting enough money to pull that thing out of that impound. And then I got it back, and they messed up. They messed up the inside. But I'm thinking, where I'm going with this, why is it that it's like all bad luck? Everything that happens to me is like bad luck. You know, it's like, you know, I'm so bad. I'm 6 years old. My brain is getting forgetful, man. I get up in the morning and I got the coffee cup in my hand, and I'm going to the box to get the sugar. I can't remember I can't remember which way I'm going. Where's the coffee cup? My room is so small. I mean, if you mean you walk in the room together, we have to go around each other to get that small this room. It's only me. Every morning I get up, I can't find one shoe. I can't never find my watch. I can't never find my comb to comb my hair. I got 10 hats in there. I like to put my hats on to match what I have on. I can never do it because I can never find the hat that I wanted to use for the day before. So they wanted to put me in a study. A friend of mine, he's a professional. He works for the doctors, and he could put you in these lab studies where they test you as a guinea pig or whatever. So he takes me down and he says, okay, we're gonna put you in one for schizophrenia. I ain't got no damn schizophrenia. I go down there and the doctor's diagnosing me. He looks at me, he says, you ever been diagnosed with schizophrenia before? I said, no, not really. Well, come with me. I said, oh shit. So they tell me about they do these diagnoses, and they had schizophrenia and some other shit they claimed I had. And I'm in denial. I don't have none of this stuff, but you know what, like I said, I'm owning my shit today. I have a little schizophrenia. I have a couple of mental problems. I'm starting to, not only am I forgetting a lot, I'm not caring as much. I don't take baths every day like I used to. I take baths maybe once or twice a week, you know. I don't care. I just, for some reason, I just don't give a fuck. You know, I don't care. So anyway, I was trying to figure out from the question the guy asked me about who I was. This is who I've become. This idiot, this imbecile, this lowlife, this boundless, just a big ball of nothing, ball of confusion that got thrown into the middle of nowhere and created everything out of nothing, and I'm still end up nothing and going back to them, going nowhere fast. So I thought back about why in the fuck, and this is what the question I asked. I asked myself and whatever entity was out there. I said, what in the hell? I'm sitting in a room all by myself. That's when I got real, like all by myself. I said, yeah, I did this shit with the little girls. Yes, I did this shit at the homosexual, just sucked my dick for the money. Yes, I stole this. Yes, I did that. Yes, I did it all. So so obviously I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. I don't know why I'm here. I have no idea. Somebody asked me what my origin was. What origin? What the fuck's an origin? My origin is crack the dope house and the goddamn liquor store. That's where I always end up, and that's why I get started there. So why am I here? I mean, why did you create me? So this is the thoughts that came up in my mind. You know, I'm a little off anyway. I said, everything that is created was created. And when it was made, it was manufactured by somebody, and it was put out, before it got put out on the market, it got tried, it got tested, and it got put on, and when it got put on the market, they put a piece of paper, instructions on it, on how to use it properly. Exactly, if you don't use it that way, products will come out screwed up. I was put somewhere, I was made by some kind of manufacturer, I was put here to do something. I just can't figure out what it is because I failed at everything. I'm big dummy, big dumb, big stupid. Even through all that darkness, even as dark as it gets for the alcoholic and the addict, there was a little light. And I said, bing! I thought about soft white underbelly. And matter of fact, I was walking through like a little mall. I was panhandling just on a mall on the west side of town the other night. A couple of weeks ago, and this couple comes in the store, they're probably watching their eyes, and they were like, Louis, yeah, Louis, yeah. So I said, wait a minute, sir, ma'am. I said, where do you know me from? They said, we know you from YouTube. I said, what? You know. So I walked off, and I was in my shit. I just out of curiosity, what is because I asked him, excuse me. I said, what is it you like about me talking on for YouTube? And they said, well, you just have a unique way of telling your story, whatever. So now that's one. And just yesterday, there was a lady across the street from where I stay, and she said, hey, Louis, what's up? I said, okay, I know where you know me from. I said, well, where do you know me from? How do you, what? So she said that I talk about how dark it is. She said, I never knew how dark it gets for you guys. And when I hear you tell the story, I can realize I'm kind of there about how dark it is. And so I thought about, I said, well, when I come in today, I would talk to about how dark it is. The dark things that, you know. To be able to talk about it is more phenomenal than anything to me, because when I looked at myself on the internet, I liked what I saw, but I was like, oh, I said that. I said that. You're damn right I said it. You know, I like the people that come to me and say, every now and then I get a guy that goes, hey Lewis, what the hell's wrong with you, man? You can't talk about that kind of stuff on here, man. You're telling all your business. Yeah, well, I said to this guy, I bet you're listening now. Why do you keep turning me on? See, those are the kind of people I'm going for. Those are the kind of people that I like to talk to. The people who have been through the same thing. The people who. Let me tell you what I did one time from humility. I shit on myself every time I'm going to get some crack. If I'm not by the restroom, I'm going to shit on myself. I'm going to shit right there where I'm at. You know, if I'm in the church, if I'm in the school, if I'm on the street, I'm going to take a shit right there where I'm at. I am not bullshit. I'm sitting in the shit. And I'm walking to where I'm going. I go get my rocks. I sit down on the curb or wherever. I'm sitting in somebody's house, sometimes in people's nice houses. And I have to, can I use the restroom? They don't let me go to the restroom. I shit right there. I'm sitting up in people's houses, shit and feces all running down my legs. That's how I do it. When I take a hit, when I take a drink, I can't see none of it. I can't smell none of it. I woke up not in a bed. I woke up in a cubicle box out on the beach. I don't know how the fuck I got there. When the hell they put me there? I woke up, the lady was so fucking ugly. When I turned around and looked at her, I said, God, what the hell? And she turned around and looked at me and smiled with no damn teeth. Hey, man, how you doing? I said, tell me I didn't, oh God, tell me. These are the kind of things that happen. I was held hostage one time. I met a guy and he was, I think he was a homosexual, and he was gonna try to take me somewhere to do his whatever he was gonna do. So when he got me over there, it was this great big, it was like a warehouse. And he had all these different cars in these like different stages with these like tents in one place. I think he was running a pornography ring back there, whatever. But he put out a Uzi, whatever, that little short machine gun. He said, sit your ass down, man. I want to sit your ass down, motherfucker. And I remember how scared I was. God, I was so fucking scared. I didn't know what to do. And I remember I'm looking at the window. I said, now if I get up and run, I'm gonna hit that fucking window. I'm just gonna dash right out the window. And he was going into this room. He was raping this woman. And he wanted me to go in there and to participate with him in this rape. And I was so scared. And he said, let me give you something to make you feel a little better, that maybe you can participate in this here with me. Man, I ain't gonna never. He came out with this big old yellow ball. It was a big old ball of crack. Now, I hit that crack pipe. When I hit the crack pipe, there's no remorse, there's no shame. You don't care about nothing. Here I am. And we're in there with this girl, and this girl is screaming for her dear life. And I'm holding her down. He's banging from the back. I'm turning around going to the front. We're doing all this shit. All of a sudden, I got real paranoid. I mean, when you get paranoid on crack, you be so fucking paranoid. You think that if I walk down the street, I think that, I don't know, that the devil's gonna come jump out of the bushes to get me or something. The buildings are gonna fall and it's gonna be an earthquake. This particular night, I didn't care. This guy was gonna kill me. He was gonna kill me because I'd seen his enterprise, whatever he's doing. He was stealing cars and doing cars, and he was raping women and taking underage women and making them do prostitution. So now I'm accessory to crime because I'm there with him. Now I did it with him one day, you know. Said I would never have even done. Anyway, for that particular night, I jumped through the window, like a window about this size. I jumped through the window, and I still got a couple of cuts on me. And when I landed, the blood was rushing and running out of my body, and I couldn't go get the police and after what happened. So under the influence of drugs, for about a week, I stayed like that. I didn't take a shower. I didn't wipe myself. I guess I was walking down the street looking like a Bloody Mary or some shit. I was fucked up. There were these kind of things, and one other instance when I saw my daughter, and she was I saw my daughter's shape. I never talk about that. I saw my baby's shape. She was about, I don't know, one and a half, 2 years old, and I saw where the convulsion from that damn crack cocaine. And when I saw that, I wanted to kill myself. I said to myself, how can you do that little baby like that? Look at that little innocent little baby who you brought into the world, and you so sorry, so stupid, so worthless. They look at her shaking and you can't do a damn thing about it. So what's the first thing you think I went and did? I went and got another hit and went and got another bottle of liquor. I died. I was telling somebody that when they took my daughter from me, I died. I had already given up. I died. I gave up on it any kind of way. I just gave up. I gave up on life. But as the scenario goes around, I got either two. I'm at this dilemma right now. I got two choices. Now, ever since I sat down in this chair, I found some purpose. For me, I have a purpose. When I come here, this is the only place that I come that I won't take a drink. I never think about drinking. I never think about drugging. I do this sober because when I come here, I'm keeping it real, as we say. I'm keeping it real. So what I was thinking, this little voice or whatever told me, maybe that's my purpose, to share my experience and what happened to me, that it may touch another human being. And the ones that come to me and tell me that matter of fact, everybody that comes and tell me I touch them in some kind of way, be it negative or positive. But the ones that it hits in a negative way, the ones that hurt, the ones that want to beat me because of what I said, those are the kind of people that I want to talk to. Because if I'm sitting here and I'm throwing rocks, I'm throwing bricks, if it's a crowd of people out there, whoever's going to hit, only one that hits is going to say ouch. So that's where I'm at, because if I had never sat down in this chair, I might not be here by now. I probably wouldn't be here. Maybe I would have off myself. Maybe I would have committed suicide. Maybe I would have ran in front of a car like I always think about doing. Maybe I would have jumped off the roof. Or maybe I'd have caused that person that had me guy had a gun in my head, told me, break yourself, nigga. I told him, fuck you, motherfucker. If you're going to shoot any goddamn way. Push him away. So anyway, in saying all that, I'm going to use what I have to give and give it to everybody else. Now the whole world knows me. The whole world knows all my shit. So if I ever want to get married, y'all ladies say, I didn't know that about you. If you watch YouTube, it's all out there. When I came here, I pulled my drawers down. Now you know I got a hairy ass and a big old dick. Because when I came in here, I pulled my drawers down and showed you my ass and everything. So the reason why I did that is because I am getting some closure and identification on who I really am, because I am that. I'm all that negative kind of shit. Right now, I want to take all that negative shit, put it in a big ball, and create something positive out of it. And hopefully I can use you guys along with me. And that's where I'm at right now. So until the next time I see you, Lewis, and I'm out.
All right. Thank you, Lewis.